Hi all, welcome back to the session. So in this, I wanted to talk about GraphQL. So it's generally GraphQL is a query language. It is used for API and it can be used to is at runtime to the queries against the data. So this one is developed by Facebook and it's released somewhere around 1000, I think so. Yeah. And what's the basic difference between GraphQL and REST API? So as I said, GraphQL is a query language for your API, and REST API it's generally an architectural style to develop any applications. It only uses protocol as a community. So when we compare the differences, it's like it's difference between in which the manner it is sent. Generally, when we say REST, right, it's an HTTP kind of request where they get, post, and use different resources to get the data. Whereas in GraphQL, so we don't send multiple, what do you say, or in short, we can say that we don't use resources and all. It's just that you write the queries to get the data, and you can limit what you wanted specifically. Yeah. So and GraphQL is it offers the more flexibility, like you can have a single endpoint to query and get the data. And whereas in REST, so you have to send, you will get the fixed set of data that is present, and each will represent some separate resources and all. So and responses will be based on the endpoints that are being called. And when it comes to flexibility, so in GraphQL, you can specifically get what information is there. So if you say that I have a list of items to be retrieved, and in that you just need to mention that, okay, in the list of students, I just need the ID. Just mention students, you'll get all the students and all those details. Whereas when you do the rest, so they are more rigid and you need to perform multiple requests. When you query it, you get the data and you need to, what do you say, transform the message from the arrays and all this. And with we using GraphQL, is bit efficient because it allows you to request all the data in a single request. And whereas in REST, you need to make multiple calls to get different amounts of data. So let's see with an example like how GraphQL look like and how that can be done. Hope you are fan. Star Wars is an API given by Postman for testing, and I'll show you the details. Yeah. So this is the endpoint for so I'll quit here. So I just created one endpoint here. So how do you, I mean, this is the endpoint given for testing. So click on plus. Select here, you need to go to GraphQL. And this is how it generally looks like. If you go for REST request, right, generally it's like this. You have post, method, and send request. When you go to GraphQL, you just have query here, and you need to enter the URL. I'm going to enter this URL. Before that, I wanted to show you the schema, which generally looks like this. This is the GraphQL schema. From so this has all the details like what are the Star Wars movies that are present, who are the actors, what are the species being used. So let's see how we can query this and get the query the URL and get the details all at once. Yes, we have these queries available with films, film, people, and all this. First, I'll show you a thing. All films, non-films, and they generally need the total count. It says that the total count is, yeah, and in all films, wanted to get the film details. In the query, I just add let us say URL there. I don't know the titles of all them. It's just that the day which you send. So if you assume that you are doing a good query, first you need to, I mean, REST using REST in order to do it, query this, the data as, get me the details of, uh, do a get request for get films. And that if you want, and in that you need to pass one more request and all. Then query in this, you can just uh, send these details, you know, and you will get all the required details. Like I need um, opening crawl. I need the movie, and I wanted to know the producers, and I also wanted to know if there are any species being used in that. That I'll give the species connection and say species. I wanted to know amount or whatever species being used. In that I'll say name of the species being used and and what are the eye colors. Let's see whether what this way. It has given me all the details. It said me the film is in the film. eh, This is the opening crawl, and it is directed by George Lucas and Gary Kurtz and Rick McCallum are the producers of it. And there is a species being there are species used in that movie, and the first species name is human, and it is a mammal, and the eye colors are brown, blue, and all those things. They have droid, and all these details will come up. Yeah. So now let's assume that I wanted only the, like say, I mean, you can query whatever you want in this. You just need to know what these need to be done. So you get all the details. Say, if I wanted to know vehicles that are used in the movie. So let's go here and say, are the planets in the yeah, are the planet connection, and I wanted to know are the planets present and the planet and diameter. Will we get the details? And it's given me a 200, and it says me the film is this, connections are this, and the planet connections are this. And it names and what's the diameter of that. And in the movie Empire Strikes Back, what are the details. Yeah. If you assume that if you are doing a REST kind of thing, you need to do multiple requests to get it. When you are using GraphQL, you can just uh, query and you get the results. And one more thing to note, web methods do support GraphQL APIs. You need to create the GraphQL descriptor and then expose your service from Postman. Then you'll get all the details that are needed for you, that are needed. So lastly, I wanted to show person or not. Now let's see whether we can use the person API in this. If for using the persons, you need to make some connection and get the details. Just need to know what connections need to be made here. All people. So you get the details of all the people present. They are giving the details. Now if I yeah, me the details like people. So now if I query the query with the names, like even get the clear details. I can get the gender of them, hair color, height, height, mass, all these details I can get. Even I can get the star connection related in that movie. See, it's planet connection. I got the planet connections for a movie, and I got the connections. It doesn't restrict you from calling whatever you need. It's just that you need to know which one at what point of time, what kind of data you need and how you need it. So it doesn't throw you specific errors, but it will show you some errors if there is some incorrect syntax and all, so which we encounter. Let's say there is no link between that and all. See, this is the information of all the people present in that movies. Even link movies and all. So I just wanted to show you how we write the queries here. It has given me the details and you can check the who are the character artists present in the movie and are their names and what are the character roles he played and which movie, what are the characters. How you generally do the in one other session we can see this can be implemented in web methods. Thank you.